Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, May 14th. We're moving right along. Today is second day of our ABC countdown. Do you guys have this? Did you pull it up on your computer? You can print it out like I did, but some of the activities, like tomorrow, there's a story they want you to read. So you have to click on the link if you want to do some of them. So it's a little bit different this year because we're using our computers so much. So today, B is for board game. So play a board game with your family sometime today. I have my Yahtzee game, my computer sitting up on top of it, and it's not really a board game, but it's like that. So Mr. Oppel and I are going to play that tonight. We're going to play Yahtzee. So we've got a lot to cover today. So let's go over first our DOL. Okay. Let's see. All right. Where do you think the following events probably took place? We're going over Wednesday. You can renew a book if you aren't finished reading it, or you can check out a new one. We would do that at the library. The runner slid into home plate and was safe. So he's at a baseball game or on a baseball field. That's where that would be. Number 2. 3 and 4, correct the sentences. Her and me sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass and glass. So, this one gets tricky. All right, the end, we need a period. Put the period there, or they had the period there. And glass, and we've talked about this. The only time you have and is when the next word begins with a vowel. So I crossed off and put a because glass starts with a G. It's a glass, not an glass. It would be an apple or an igloo. So it's a glass. The big part here is her and me. It should be she and I, and it's not sold, past tense. We said sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass. And remember the secret to checking that you've got this right. Break it down into 2 sentences. You would say, if you said, her sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass, that's not right. So we know it's she sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass. And you wouldn't say, me sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass or sold. You would say, I sold. So it should be, she and I sold lemonade for 50 cents a glass. The next sentence, he don't know what his homework is tonight. Needs a period, needs a capital H and he. And we don't say he don't, we say he doesn't. So the correct one is, he doesn't know what his homework is tonight. And which 2 words have 2 syllables? Which word has 2 syllables? Remember, we clapped them out. So we did frozen. That's got 2. Circle it. Latitude. Oh, I clapped 3 times. Don't circle it. Flipper. Indent. And they both have 2. So I circled those. So that was last night's homework. Today's Thursday. Correct the sentences. Mr. Thompson weared a hat, gloves, and a scarf. And does you have a pen that I can borrow? So make those corrections. And number 3 and 4, which is the correct way to divide each word into syllables? How do we chunk it up? The first word is lollipop. Lollipop. So which one would you choose? And melody, that's a music word from Miss Heidemann's class. Melody, how would you correct that or separate that up? Okay, and then is this a sentence or not a sentence? Around the corner. So you're going to write sentence or you can write yes or no. Is it a complete sentence? Yes or no. So that is our DOL. Trying a new magnet here. Okay, so let's go over our verb agreement page that we did yesterday. You guys did a really good job on this. But let's see. So it should be the 4 aliens eat green goo inside their spaceship. My dinosaur leaps onto the trampoline. Those cars make a loud sound as they race around the track. One of his sisters plays the trombone. I drink milkshakes to cool down on hot summer days. Our hamburgers taste so delicious. Mrs. Lane, my teacher, wants us to finish our homework before the big game. So double check that you circle those. Some of you had some errors and I did return it back to you, or I said check number or this or that. So make those corrections, please. And circle the correct verb and complete the sentence. So the elephant bring or brings, and it's brings. The elephant brings her baby to the stream for water. Sarah wins the spelling bee every year. Both have an S. And all the princes and princesses eat fancy food. All right, your sentences will be different, but you should be using brings with an S, wins with an S, eat, no S. Okay, so that was your subject and verb agreement page. This one, some of us are still mixing up there, and there. Actually, let's go over this again. There, and there. There with an E-R-E is location. Like over there. It's where something is when you use there. This there with the E-I is belonging to someone. Like it is their candy. And this there is two words. They are. So whenever you use this one's really easy. You can just substitute they are in the spot to make sure it sounds okay. So there. Go back to the worksheet. There was a fire drill at school today, E-R-E. When they arrive, they're surprised by the crowd. Or when they arrive, they are surprised by the crowd. So it's the there. When they're tired, when they are tired, the boys tend to be grumpy. Number 4, there is no excuse for that kind of behavior. Number 5, my mother lives in Mississippi. Have you been there? That's a place. 6, they're friendly, but I don't feel I can trust them. They are friendly. 7, there, E-R-E, was a lot of unpleasantness here last night. Unpleasantness means not pleasant, so it means not good or bad things were happening. 8, their excuses aren't good enough. Whose excuses? Their excuses. That belongs to somebody. 9, we have decided to have our wedding there. It's a place. The speeches began after we got there. They got to some place. There, E-R-E, hasn't been any consensus about this. Consensus means an agreement. Like everybody agreeing about something. So this one might have been a little bit tricky for you. There, E-R-E. I have been there, E-R-E, but I don't want to go back. And last one, we asked them to give us their honest opinion, E-I-R. Whose opinion? Their opinion. So I want you to go through and check this and make those corrections because there were a lot of mistakes on this there. I'm surprised. And that's a tricky thing as you do your writing and teachers see this as time goes on with things that people make that mistake. So we want to fix that. So what we're going to work on today, we're going to do a couple things. We had there. Now we're going to do it and its. It's. Okay? Oh, I missed the S. It should be here. There should be an S there. This is another common mistake that people make. Which its do you use? This its means belongs to somebody. The dog was playing with its ball. Whose ball? The dog's ball. No parentheses. Its belongs to the dog. When we see its with an apostrophe, it's a contraction for two words. It is. It's kind of like the there that we just did. They are. It's two words. They are, there. It is, it's. So you can substitute. That's the best way to figure out whether this its belongs there. Instead of saying its, say it is and see if it makes sense. So I would like you to go to your folder. I'm going to wait for you. We're going to do this one together today. And I want you to get this sheet that says it's or is. It's got some pictures of a dog with a bowl, a boy with an umbrella. So put this on pause, put this video on pause and go get this, okay? I'll wait for you. We can do it together. Okay, are you back? All right, so let's do this one together. I hope you got your sheet. If you didn't, go back, put this on pause and go back and get it. Okay. It's time to give the dog its dinner. So I'm going to say it is time to give the dog its dinner. Or do I say it's time? It is fits. So I know it is. I'm just going to circle that for now. It is time to give the dog it is dinner. No, that doesn't sound right. So I know this means belonging to, that I had underneath here, belonging to. So the next one is it's. Okay. When it's likely to rain, it's best to take an umbrella. So let's try the it is. When it is likely to rain, it is best to take an umbrella. Does that make sense? We can say when it is. So I'm going to circle that. When it is likely to rain, it is best to take an umbrella. It's the it's with the apostrophe for both of these. Okay? It is, because we're not talking about the ownership of anything. Like the dog was getting his dinner, but we're not talking about who the umbrella belongs to. Right, before riding your bicycle, it is a good idea to check it is brakes. Some of that sounds good. Before riding your bicycle, it is a good idea. I like how that sounds. I'm going to circle it is. It's with apostrophe. It is a good idea to check its brakes. Whose brakes? Its brakes. So this is the non-apostrophe. Right? Spaceship one. The spacecraft fired its rockets as it approached its landing site. So the spacecraft fired it is rockets. Ooh, that doesn't sound right. So it's not it is. It's going to be it. Whose rockets? The spacecraft rockets. As it approached it is landing site. Well, that doesn't sound right either. So it must be the ownership on both of these. Both belong to the rocket ship. The rockets belong to the spacecraft, and the landing site is the spacecraft. So no apostrophe at either one. It is fascinating to watch. See, I just said it is already. It's fascinating to watch our cat washing its kittens. So it is fascinating. That makes sense. Circle apostrophe S. It is fascinating to watch our cat washing it is kittens. Well, that doesn't sound right. It is kittens. So whose kittens? The cat's kittens. So it's ownership. No apostrophe. And then write a sentence of your own using it's in another sentence using it's. One with an apostrophe, one without. Right? If you want, you can rewrite these sentences here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't want to, I'll give you a break. You don't have to. But you do need to make two sentences. One using it's with an apostrophe correctly, and one using it's without the apostrophe. So we did that one together, and I don't think we have any other sheets on that in our folders, but let me see if we can find some other activities possibly on that. Okay, so today's writing, it's going to be some creative writing. I'm going to write a story. An alien lands in your backyard. He is friendly. He only has an hour to stay, and he wants to learn all that he can about Earth while he is there. What do you tell him? What do you show him? So this is a chance for you to be creative. Oh, this is in your folder, so you need to take this out too. You've got the picture of the alien on there. You don't have to print anything out, so take that out of your folder, please. So creative writing about an alien. Now, what I would like you to do, we need to pretty much fill this up. I would like 10 sentences in this. So look here, 10 sentences. And I don't want you to make a list with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I want you to make a good story with 10 sentences that will fit on here. So 10 sentences. You want to have, this is quick writing, so it's not like a major thing. It's got to have like a beginning, middle, end kind of idea. Like, what do you came across they're telling us that you came across your yard, but what did you want to do with him? What did you do? What did you do to get ready for the activity? And how did your activity end? Did you have fun? Did you play a game? Did you play a game outside? Did he come in your house? Did you cook? I don't know. This is totally up to what you want to do. I would like you to put at least one onomatopoeia in it. Remember, a sound word. We talked about those the other day, so please put one onomatopoeia in there. Pay attention if you use it or its, because you might use that. I'd like you to put one of those in there. And see if you can put in a there. I'm just going to put TH, there or there in there. The 3 things that we've practiced this week and last week. So 10 sentences, an onomatopoeia, its, and a there. This is going to be a 2-day assignment. So this is due. It's your work for Thursday and Friday. You don't have to post it on my page today. So I don't want you to rush through that, because sometimes some of you post them and then I send them back to you to correct. So take your time, check your spelling, use your Arms and Cups page to check your editing and revising. So complete this. You might want to do it in pencil on a separate piece of paper and then write your final copy on there. So you have your DLR for today, the Thursday, and you have to write your story. Now, actually, I'm going to make this a 2-day. So you have to post this by 6 o'clock dinner time tomorrow, Friday. So I want you to do I'm going to give you the 2 days assignments today. So you're doing your Thursday and you're going to do your Friday DLR. It's combining the 2 sentences that they seem to have had on the Friday. So do this also. So you've got your 2 DLRs and you've got to write your alien story. And make sure you have 10 sentences, 1 onomatopoeia, 1 of the its, if you have more than one you can, or 1 of the theirs. Okay? If you have any questions, send me a message on Google Classroom. Just write it at the top of your page. All right? It's a beautiful day outside today. Yesterday, Mr. Oppel and I went to Walmart's outside flower part, and we got a lot of plants. So I'm hoping to do some planting later today after I do a lot of my work and enjoy this weather, because I think more rain is coming tomorrow, and I want to get the plants in the ground so they can get water. So, all right. Oh, I didn't show you my shirt. Somebody gave me this. You can't shock me. I'm a teacher. I thought that was funny. Wearing a lot of t-shirts these days. So, all right, everybody. Have a great 2 days. I will check back in with you. I'll be on the computer looking at how your work is doing. So, do well with that. Have any questions? Give me a call. Bye.